Fernando Alonso's weekend got off to the worst possible start, with his Ferrari grinding to a halt on his first lap at the Nürburgring. The double world champion unamused by a power failure as he hitched a lift back to the pits. 40 minutes on from his breakdown, Alonso headed back out on track, only to find that his problems hadn't been fixed. There were no such problems for Lewis Hamilton, and the last man to win on this circuit was fastest again, with Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg hot on his heels, as both the Silver Arrows dominated the timesheets, nearly a second clear of their nearest challenger. That man was Mark Webber, third fastest on a track where he took his maiden win in 2009, with Force India's Adrian Sutil fourth and Kimi Raikkonen fifth. Championship leader Sebastian Vettel was only eighth as he seeks to win his home Grand Prix for the first time. But it was Mercedes' session and Alonso with the work to do. Mark Webber has taken pole position for the last two races at the Nürburgring, and the Australian, who will retire at the end of the season, set the pace once again at the start of Free Practice 2 in Germany. Sebastian Vettel couldn't match his Red Bull teammates on the medium compound tyres, but found his feet on the yellow-rimmed softs, setting the fastest time of the day as he chases a first win on home soil. Fernando Alonso was back after an engine control unit problem saw him sit out most of first practice, but Ferrari were over half a second off Vettel's pace, Felipe Massa just 3,000ths slower than his teammate. So Red Bull and Mercedes look like they're the ones to beat for pole on Saturday afternoon, but both Lotus and Ferrari seem to have good pace on the longer runs too, meaning Sunday's Grand Prix could be a cracker.
The guys are over here, and today bring you my F1 2013 Ultra Modded Career Mode 100% race here at the German Grand Prix. Looking forward to this one. The Nürburgring, a very fast flowing circuit and one I like and I'm pretty decent at, if I do say so myself. And we've got a big fight on today. We've got to try and stop Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel getting points over us. It's getting very tight in the championship. I know we've got a long way to go, but, you know, I'm not very easy with letting the gap keep on increasing race after race. I'd rather it decrease and decrease. So I want to try and close the gap. It's going to be tough from 22nd as usual in this in this career mode series. And just going through the setup again, as usual, the gearbox is set to that fixed 4 clicks to the right, like F1 2014. We nominated the gears at the beginning of the season. I do have one joker card. I'm still reluctant to use it yet because I don't see a whole series of circuits that we need, you know, a whole different gear set. So we'll see how it goes, but let's get straight to the grid. So here we go, we're here for the German Grand Prix, 22nd place. Let's see where we can go. 5 red lights and we are off, and we've had an okay start as per usual. I mean, we don't want a brilliant start, especially here. Turn 1 is very nasty indeed with the realistic damage mod. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's go straight down into this first corner. I'm going to try down the inside pretty much of everyone, try and see if I can sneak past a few. We've already got a Marussia losing its front wing there, so it could have been nasty if that was us, but we're trying to go round the outside of a few people, but I'm just going to have to look for the space. We got very close to Van der Garde. I have to lock up there a tiny bit on the left tire. I'm going to try around the outside of Max Chilton and Bianchi. Try go around the outside of all these guys, very close to the Caterham on the left, but we've just managed to pass them, and we're up to 18th place at the moment now, and we're chasing off the Jean-Eric Verne, and very tight stuff here still. We've got AI going too wide, and oh god, Lewis Hamilton in 17th place, making me brake very harshly. He nearly brake checked me there, but he's got no front wing, I don't think. Yeah, he's got no front wing, so Lewis Hamilton seemingly in an accident at the start, so he's pretty much the same as me now. He's going to have to make a pit stop and start from 22nd by lap 2, so he's up against it as well, same as me, so it doesn't really affect me too much. Hamilton is behind me in the championship, but let's get back to the action. We're going to try and overtake Jean-Eric Verne around the outside, very close stuff. We just managed to make the pass down the inside, and maybe the Mexican in front of us, Gutierrez. No, not quite, but we've made the move on Verne. Good stuff. We're up to 16th place at the moment, but yeah, as I said, Hamilton behind us in the championship, so not too much We don't really care about that too much, but now we're getting back to the action. Oh god, getting very close to my teammate as I overtake Gutierrez, now also overtaking my teammate. But I had to brake in the middle of the straight to avoid smashing into my teammate. With the realistic damage mod, you know, you have to keep it, you have to keep it really clean. I mean, you can bang tyres. The tyres aren't too sensitive. Your front wing definitely is very sensitive. Very easy to lose that if you're probably about above 80 miles per hour. Because I've got the setting on, I believe I got it on hard. Because I did have it on realistic at the beginning of the series, but it was a bit ridiculous. We had like 9 finishes in Australia, so I have turned it down to hard since then. If you didn't know, I'm pretty sure it was pretty clear from that Grand Prix onwards. A lot of you were saying that in the comments. But as we try to make a move on Adrian Sutil, we've got it completely wrong there. Just gone way off the track on the runoff area. Come back on track, and I think we may have just... Oh my god, yeah, okay. We may have just caused that safety car. As I was blabbing on about realistic damage mod, yeah, we tried to overtake Sutil around the outside. Didn't really work on the runoff area. Had to go onto the grass, came back, and it seemingly looked like we smashed someone off on the rear. And we caused the safety car. But nevertheless, we are coming back on, this is the restart of the safety car. We've overtaken Daniel Ricciardo straight away, so I guess it kind of worked in our favour, but I didn't intentionally make the safety car. But there you go. I mean, I don't think we would have got a safety car anyway in the German Grand Prix, so adds a bit of everything in this Grand Prix so far. But now we're going to try and overtake Sutil, this time much earlier than that corner. We're not going to go off anywhere if we hope. Going down the inside, and yep, pretty standard stuff, no major qualms there. Weren't really going to lock up majorly and go into the gravel up ahead. And now we're on the second Force India of Paul di Resta on lap 5. We're already up to lap 12. We've already had so much action. It's only been lap 6, guys. And we're going to try and make a move on di Resta. Alonso is absolutely flying out ahead down to the first corner. We're going to overtake Paul di Resta. But yeah, Alonso is flying out there, setting the purple laps. That is not good for me. He's in first place. He's just gaining and gaining, or extending his lead, should I say. So this is not good at the moment. If he wins, that's 25 points in the bag. At the moment, I'm 11th, so we're going to have to try and get into the points. And we are with this move on Hulkenberg down the inside, and just our driver waves his hand as Hulkenberg touches us. But yeah, Hulkenberg tried to make a move on Perez. They went side by side, and the AI are a bit annoyingly stupid like that, and they slow down if they can't get the move done. So we're opportunistic, and we just took Hulkenberg. We have to work with what we got, and now we're going to make a move around the outside of Perez. Very nice move, I do say so myself, down the flat high-speed chicane there. We're up to 9th place now. Good points at the moment. Now on lap 8, we're behind Romain Grosjean, same part of the circuit, and now we've got a four-way battle here for what is going to be a 6th place here. It's going to be a battle for 6th place, essentially, as 4 of us very close together. Opening DRS. The Lotus is really actually pulling away from me in DRS, but now going down to the... oh, God, Jesus! Going down to the chicane. Was going to try around the outside of Romain Grosjean. The last minute, Romain Grosjean decided to take the racing line. I didn't clock it, so we had to go onto the escape road. No harm done there. We lost a bit of time and a bit of tyre temp, but that's fine by me. But now we're going to try and overtake Grosjean in the next few laps. We're opening DRS. Can we maybe even make a move down the inside? It's going to be bold and daring, but... oh my god, we are going to make it. Yes, we have. We've just about made a move on Romain Grosjean there from so far back. Great braking there, but do say so myself. And gear changing down to the first corner to get 8th place from the Frenchman. But now we're on Jenson Button in the McLaren, my fellow countryman. And we're down to the hairpin. Not going to make a move there as Button was taking the racing line. And we're going to see maybe if we can make a move into the high-speed chicane. We've already done it on his teammate Perez. Can we do it on his counterpart in the other McLaren? And we're going to try and make a move around the outside. Like with Perez, just not round the outside, just about in the middle of the chicane. But we're still side by side with him. He's gone to the outside. He's gone a bit of the runoff area, but he stayed ahead. But we should have DRS now, definitely within 1 second. Oh, using the curves, opening the flap of our rear wing, and we're going to make an easy pass, I should think, down to the chicane. And yet we've already passed him. Steen passed him there, up to 7th place in this Grand Prix. And looky here, we've got Sebastian Vettel, the German, in 6th place, right ahead of us. And he is our championship rival, as is Alonso. He's ahead of us by a few points. Let's try and make a move. He is using his car very nicely. You can tell he's using it much better than Button was, making the track as wide as he can. But there's no use. We're going to try and make a move around the outside. He's going to have to give me room. We've just about made it. And yet no use for the 4-time world champion we've made the move stick, and we've opened the DRS flap, and job done on the German. But he's coming back at us a tiny bit, but it shouldn't be any kind of worry for us. We've got Felipe Massa quite up the road, 6 seconds about. So we're going to try and catch him up now. And now we're cutting to lap 13. We have caught him up in the Ferrari, the second Ferrari. This is the one we're going to try and dispatch very quickly indeed, so we can get onto what will be 4th place then. But Massa is really giving up a fight, really brake checking me there. And we're going to have to make the move in the DRS zone, you should think. Let's get on to the curves and the DRS, opening it wide. And we're actually making our pit stop here on lap 13, so it'd be nice to maybe overtake him at the same time as doing our pit stop. And we've just about made it around the outside. Felipe Massa was squeezing me quite hard there, and we're slipping and sliding through the chicane, and we're just going to come in for a pit stop. So good job to overtake him straight away just before we make our pit stop. We're going to come in for another set of option tyres so we can really push on here at the German Grand Prix. Up to 6th place. It's only been 13 laps, but we've got a fair few way to go, and I can tell you Alonso has been pushing so hard that even by the time we hopefully maybe get up to 2nd place, Alonso is probably going to be quite a fair ahead. I mean, I don't even know if we're going to get to 2nd place because Rosberg's also there with him. So we're going to have to see how that pans out for us. But we're up into 9th place here now on lap 14. On our out lap, we caught up to Lewis Hamilton, who seemingly, if you remember, had his front wing off. So he's trying to do the same as me, and he's on the prime tyre. So he's already pit on lap 2. And he's going long on this stint, but let's try and overtake him in the Mercedes down the inside. Job done there, just about. He's still there side by side, and no, we may not get the job done. No, yeah, just about. We've overtaken Lewis Hamilton, and that was Romain Grosjean and our teammate into the pits. So we're going to overtake them, and we're coming on to lap 15, and let's see where we go. We've got some people coming out of the pits. Hopefully we end up where we came in, which was P6, and we're actually going to maybe end up in P4 here as we go around the outside of a Red Bull. It's Mark Webber, I think. Yep, Mark Webber, the Aussie lad, in 5th place, and we've gained 2 places in the pit stop by doing seemingly an undercut, going 1 lap earlier on the pit stop than these guys. So good stuff there, up to 4th place here in the German Grand Prix. Got Kimi Räikkönen, the Iceman, in 3rd place, doing a good job there in his Lotus. And now we cut onto lap 16. We've caught up to Kimi Räikkönen. Let's see what we can do. Opening the DRS. Let's see if we can make a move. We're going to try and maybe make a move around the outside. I think better of it because his teammate Romain Grosjean cut me off last time. And if you look closely there, Räikkönen was going really slow into the chicane. The AI really disappointingly slow in that chicane for some reason. You can see Räikkönen nearly came to a halt there, the chicane, which is very odd indeed. But yeah, there we go. And we're in the slipstream now of Kimi Räikkönen, and he's just about given us enough room on the left-hand side there. Had to push our way past a tiny bit, but we're up to 3rd place now, onto the podium position at the German Grand Prix, and we're only 17 laps in this Grand Prix, and now we've got to push as hard as we can to try and catch Nico Rosberg. We want to push as hard as we can on these tyres, and now we cut all the way to lap 35. As you can see, we're on the prime tyre. We've made another pit stop onto the prime tyre, so we got rid of those option tyres, and we're on lap 35. We're closing up on Nico Rosberg, who I believe is on the option tyre. We're lapping Mark Webber here, because Mark Webber actually got on a crash behind us. So we've lapped him, and we're closing up to Nico Rosberg. So we've been pushing as hard as we can on those option tyres and these prime tyres. Nico Rosberg went on to a 3rd set of options, so he's been faster momentarily, but now his option tyres are starting to fade, and I've got much newer prime tyres that are going to give us much more performance. We've opened a DRS flap. Let's try and see if we can overtake the German of Nico Rosberg in his Mercedes for 2nd place in this Grand Prix. Down the inside, very close stuff into the 1st corner, squeezing him out. He's still on the left there. You can see in our mirrors and proximity arrow, but we've just about got him into 2nd place. Fernando Alonso is in 1st place. That is very bad news indeed. But we've got bigger problems at the moment now because Nico Rosberg is right behind us and he is closing in, and we're constantly looking back in our mirrors in our rear view, and that's probably a mistake as I come into the 1st corner and we lock up majorly into the gravel as I try to straighten up the car to let the wheel rotate a bit more, but that actually made it worse. And wow, I should not have been looking so much in my rear view camera there because I just went too deep into the braking zone, couldn't catch it, got the lock up. And usually, often than not, you can straighten up the car and that lets the wheel kind of rotate a bit more, but we're still having issues here, and oh Jesus. Well, we've had a major issue here. I mean, we've escaped kind of luckily without a puncture, but there's, as I was talking, we lost the rear tyre. As we went to the gravel, our tyre just wasn't there, and we lost the rear tyre. We've gone to the wall, we lost our front wing, but the angle was luckily good enough that we didn't get a puncture like we did in the Canadian Grand Prix. The angle on the Canadian one was straight on. That was a bit more kind of a bit flatter, and the tyre wall just kind of hit the barrier and didn't break anything on the car. But we're going to have to make a pit stop. We've gone to the option tyre much earlier than I would like to, really, and we're going to have to make some passes here. We're going to have to catch everyone up as we go through the first corner now, and now we're going to really have to push on. We're at P7. We were in P2. We were down to P3 realistically, and now I'm going to push as hard as I can to get up to P3 once more. I need to save some fuel. We're back in standard mix, but I'm going to push as hard as we can, and now is the time to push. So as we're pushing, disaster for us as we're pushing. We tried to overtake Felipe Massa. I was at a really slow speed. It wasn't fast enough to cause any damage to our car. So we made minimum contact, and the physics engine in this game just decided to spin me 360. We can't let that affect us. We have to keep on pushing now. And so we've pushed as hard as our heart could go, and we've got up to third place at the moment in this Grand Prix. Felipe Massa has just pit, so we are back to third place. But now the issue is I have to pit. We cut 2 laps later, and look at the tyres. They're completely gone. I've got no grip. I have to pit. We've done well to get up to third place, but now I'm going to have to pit again. I have to for another set of option tyres to try and push this through. I've got my last set of options to put on, and let's really go for it. And we're going to have to see. Hopefully we don't go too down the field. But we pushed as hard as we can. We gave our heart out. Even after being spun by Felipe Massa, we came back, overtook Vettel once more, and saw Massa go into the pits. And we pushed on for 2 further laps. But now we've come in for the pit stop 2 laps after Felipe Massa came in. And we're on for another set of option tyres. Our last option sets. Our 4th set, and we've come onto the track now. We're back down to 7th place, so we may have to push yet again to try and overtake these guys once more. So in hindsight, maybe I should have put on the prime tyre, but at the point in time, you know, I had to put on the options. But as we're coming through on the same lap, disaster. As you can see, we've got red tyres on our graphic. What the fuck, Williams? What the hell, game? What has gone wrong? I've gone to the pits for my last set of options, and they've given me the same set, or an old set, of option tyres. I'm pretty sure you're allowed 4 sets of options and 4 sets of primes. I did 2 sets of options, then a prime, then an option. That gives me 1 more set of option tyres and 3 more sets of primes to work with. But no, they've given me an old set of options, or given me the exact same set of options I was on, which is absolute disaster. And I'm still trying to overtake Hamilton. I've still got a tiny bit of grip left, as they've come out cold. These tyres have come out cold, and now they've got up to the temperature. I tried to overtake Hamilton, but here's the point where I'm just about to slide in first gear. I realise, no, it's a disaster. It's not a glitch that the graphics telling me I've got bad tyres. I do have a very old set of options now, and this is complete disaster. I'm in 6th place, and you know, I've got to try and take these option tyres that have seemingly already gone 13 laps, another 10 laps, or pit again for, you know, either primes or another set of options and hope the glitch doesn't happen again. I'm trying to overtake Jenson Button here, but as I do, I spin it leftwards, and Hamilton gets me, and he's trying to get me. I'm trying to block him off, and Vettel comes through, and now we're going into the pit straight now, and it's just what is life? What is Williams? What is this game? It's just screwed me over. We could have at least maybe got, I'm guessing, at least 4th or 3rd, maybe, if we were on the fresh set of options we're meant to be on and pushing to the end of the race. But we're 6th place, defending our hearts out. We've got 8 laps to go, and these tyres have already gone seemingly about 16 laps, theoretically, if the graphics are okay on our tyre thing. And we've lost the car again. I'm just lost for words. I'm just very, oh God, Jesus. We've spun Lewis Hamilton as well. Oh, I'm pulling my hair out at the moment. This is, oh, frick's sake. We're going to come into the pits, and we've put on another set of options, and oh my God, another set of freaking worn tyres. What, Williams? Seriously, what the fuck? What is this game? I am allowed 4 sets of options. I am pretty sure that is the rules. 4 sets of options, 4 sets of primes, and I've only done 3. Why aren't you giving me my 4th set? This is just stupid. On lap 56, I've completely lost grip. These tyres have probably gone about 22 laps, and I'm going to have to come in again for prime tyres now, after learning that this glitch is not going to go away. And I apologise for getting so angry on the mic, but Jesus Christ, I have just watched this video go to crap. I've just watched my performance from 2nd place go to 3rd. That was okay, and it was going to be 3rd place again, but it's gone to crap because of a glitch, or maybe I've just been completely derp and I haven't realised I'm only allowed 3 sets. But I'm pretty sure when you're in qualifying, you can choose from 4 sets of options, and I've only used 3, so I should have theoretically got another set of options that are fresh. But there you go, Fernando Alonso has won the Grand Prix. This is the worst thing. I've got no points, he's got 25, Vettel's somewhere in 5th or 6th, and I've just lost so much ground to my main rivals, Vettel and Alonso, especially Alonso. And we're 12th place. My guy's still cheering in the game because we've technically reached our career objective, which was 15th place, but there you go. Fernando Alonso won the race. Vettel in 4th place, which is disaster for us. We've lost so much ground to everyone in the championship now that we're going to have to hope that we can win a Grand Prix in the next 2-3 races to try and gain some momentum here, because otherwise, you know, I don't see it in myself to try and gain these amount of points back. If they just keep on finishing ahead of me, even if they finish 4th and I finish 5th, they're still extending their lead. And here we go. We're 3rd place. Lewis Hamilton didn't gain anything on us, but Fernando Alonso extended his lead, and so did Vettel. Just disaster here. Disaster, real disaster. I'm going to have to hope that we can maybe even try and win the next race, which is, I believe, Hungary. So there we go, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy that video. It was jam-packed with action. Really was. I didn't have a single moment to take a breath. Jam-packed with action, as always, with this career mode. Do give it a like if you did enjoy it. Favourite it if you will. Comment below on what you thought. Subscribe if you're new for weekly F1 and other motorsport content. Career mode on Mondays and Fridays every single week. And I hope you guys really enjoy the rest of your day. I've been aarava, and I'll see you guys next time.